Excited to be back into prep. Opportunity for all of us to learn a lot from Saturday. First thing that we learned is we still have a lot of work to do. Learned that we still need to, develop a mentality and an understanding of what it looks like to, put teams away when you have them on the ropes. We also learned that, our football team has a certain level of resiliency and toughness that's required to win close games in the Big Ten. And for us to go through that and close out the game that way we did is something that we're really proud of. But there's a lot of work left to be done. And, coming back and being in meetings this morning, have a hungry group that's ready to get back at it this evening for our first practice and prep for University of Louisiana Monroe. Got a really good football team coming in here. Coach Vincent has done a tremendous job these last 2 years. Inherited a program that was struggling at the time. Won 5 games last year. They're off to a 3-1 start. Big win over Arkansas State. They're going to run the ball effectively. They're going to challenge you on the perimeter. The quarterback is, slippery in the pocket, can extend plays, can, kind of go off script and force you to defend things that aren't naturally right in front of you, but gonna find ways to stress you in the quarterback run game. Defensively, in their wins, they've found ways to play really good defense. They're stout up front, good personnel. It was very clear with our football team this morning that our focus needs to be on respecting, understanding our opponent, and focusing on daily improvement. And we're going to have to be at our best on Saturday. Excited for homecoming. Excited for the opportunity for us to. We talk a lot within the program of having a certain level of reverence for those that have come before us and the things that this program has accomplished, the things that those that have been fortunate enough to hold my position have accomplished over the years. And I think the players feel the same way about an opportunity to honor our alumni and celebrate with them. Excited for Wildside to be back in full activation. I thought they were awesome on Saturday and look forward to continuing to create a home field advantage here on the lakefront.
This was the first game in a long time where your defense had to make stops at the end of the game with the game on the line. Yeah. What residual impact do you think that might have?
It's huge, Dave. I mean, ultimately we understand we got to do a better job defensively in the middle 8, specifically in the first half of closing out halves. That field goal late was something that we got to eliminate. But those are things specifically as a defense, specifically as a D-line. Like you want a group of guys that wants that opportunity. Game on the line, opportunity to go close out a game. And for our guys to not only, have really 2 drives there at the end of the game where we needed some critical stops, a field goal kicker from UCLA that had all sorts of range. Our backs were up against the wall a little bit, and for us to come out and perform in those last 2 drives the way that we did, get after the quarterback, should be a huge, confidence booster for those guys on the defense side of the ball. And one thing that, whether it was myself or coaches up in the box or, just people that you trust that are on the sidelines in terms of reflecting after the game, I think one thing that I'm proud of is, our guys wanted the opportunity to go finish the game, whether it was on offense and being frustrated we didn't finish with a first down and a drive at the end of the game. Defense wanted their opportunity to close out the game. We got a group of guys that are excited to step into the fire. And should the game have been as close as it was at the end? No. But did we find a way to close it out the right way? We did. And really excited to see the way that the defense did on Saturday.
Coach, you've seen firsthand what it's like making the transition from the FCS to the FBS level, at least from a coaching standpoint. What do you attribute Griffin's ability to make that jump look almost seamless with him leading the team in both receptions and receiving yards at the first 4 games of the year?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, like you clearly acknowledge that you're playing in the best league in all of college football, but also an understanding that, like, it's still football, And I think the thing that I've seen out of Griffin that I really appreciate is, like, just the way that he operates, throughout the offseason, spring ball, fall camp, his routine, his preparation. And he's just, like, not cocky at all, but very internally competitive and confident in his ability the level of trust that he's built up with his entire offense, all his teammates, and specifically Preston Stone is something that stands out. And I don't, I know he's not surprised in the way that he's performing. There's no one on this staff that is either. I mean, we see it every day in practice.
Coach, pace of play versus Oregon and UCLA was very, measured. I think especially early against Oregon. Play counts ended up around 120 combined. You've been around 60 the past 2 games. Are those number targets, and how conscious has the effort been to slow down the tempo the last couple games?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's any conscious effort to slow down the tempo. I think ultimately offensively we're excited to continue to have opportunities to create more explosive plays that lead to a little bit shorter drives. But ultimately, we know in our formula, offensively, to play winning football, it starts with running the football. And when you're effectively running the football and efficiently running the football, that sometimes can lead to longer drives and limited possession games. I think it's a reflection of the effectiveness that we're running the football with. And also, I told Zach this, I've told our staff this, you can get yourself into trouble as a coach when you try and find the perfect play to create explosives. Explosives need to, Hunter Welsing's a screenplay, against UCLA, huge play, really well thought out scheme, well timed in terms of its call. But if you get in this mode of just chasing explosives, you're going to eventually get yourself behind the sticks and then get out of rhythm. Where we need to continue to grow as an offense is, it's, and I've said this before, but it's one more broken tackle. It's just a little bit more strain on the backside to get one more block. The opportunities are out there, but there's not a calculated measure in slowing down the game, but ultimately the result of effectively running the ball and some sustained drives is leading to limited possession games, which ultimately, can help our defense. And, the thing our defense has to continue to embrace is if there are limited possession games and limited rep counts on defense, well, we need to be playing really, really stingy defense.
Coach, do you have injury updates for Damon Walters and Josh Fussell?
Yeah, we're really excited about where not only those two, but the entire team is trending. Other than our long-term, surgical guys, I feel like we have an opportunity this week to be back to full health. So we'll know more later this week on those two specifically, but excited about where the health of our football is trending right now.
With the nature of modern college football, at the 4-game mark, I just have to ask, have you been informed of any players looking to redshirt with an intent to transfer right now?
No, and I'll be really honest with you. There's so much hanging in the balance. I don't envy young people right now in the landscape of college football, but roster sizes are shrinking. Between the powers that be that make all these decisions, and I know there's still a lot of litigation out there, but something that needs to happen in the next 9 months, has to happen, is, we need to make this just very clear and concise for our young people. You have 5 years to play 5 years. This model of redshirt, it makes zero sense. And in the conversations I've had with a lot of people over the course of the last year, very optimistic that that's where it's going to land. But for head coaches and young people to navigate this idea of redshirt, especially with roster sizes shrinking, just isn't fair to our young student athletes. And we got a team right now that's committed to. The amount, Matt, the amount of young guys that we have contributing on special teams right now. You look at our kickoff team right now and the amount of young guys that are out there contributing, having a huge impact. It's huge, but we need those guys to win games. And we've been very transparent with that communication with our football team in terms of how we're navigating, managing a roster in this new landscape. But ultimately, the powers that be need to take that option just out of the equation, especially with rosters shrinking down to 105.
Coach, this past Saturday, UCLA used the quarterback design run game a little bit. How would you assess how your defense dealt with a mobile quarterback this past weekend, and how are you looking to build on that effort this weekend against ULM with another mobile quarterback coming in?
Yeah, in terms of the designed quarterback run game, I thought we did an outstanding job against it. The scramble, I forget what quarter it was, but it was a 3rd and long. We bring pressure. Ultimately, don't build the pocket the way that we're supposed to, and gave Nico an escape through B gap, which we knew he likes to escape through. And with back to the ball defense and man coverage, he turned it into explosive play, which doesn't really come down to defending the run necessarily. I know it goes down the stats as run game, but You know, the opening play was design quarterback run. We fit it up really well. I thought overall the design quarterback run game we did a nice job against. We need to continue to really understand. We got dynamic pass rushers on this defense. We need to do a better job.